Oh, howdy all, grab yourself a drink. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Welcome to Crucible League spoiler season, day one. This is going to be somewhat of a different spoiler season to what we're used to. Normally, GGG will have the 12th day of spoiler season be the day of the main live stream announcement. This time, they're going for a different strategy where the 4th day of teaser season is going to be that live stream announcement. So we're going to have a shorter teaser season than usual. Possibly that'll mean that we'll get more information every day. Possibly it'll mean that that day will be more important than usual. Anyways, the first piece of information we got is that Chaos Orbs are going to stack to 20 and that there will potentially be additional changes to stack sizes of various currency items. Now, there's a lot of discussion on the PathOfExile subreddit and other places that this is going to cause more wild swings in the Divine Orb exchange rate over time. And that's coming from people who have observed that in this league, the price of Divine Orbs in Chaos Orbs shot up from 200 to 300 Chaos really quickly, and that they thought that the limit of 600 Chaos Orbs in an inventory was a major factor in why the cap of 300 appeared there. Now, I think that there were people who sincerely believed that, and that caused somewhat of a speculative bubble. But I do think it's worth pointing out that Chaos Orbs have been falling in trade value over recent leagues. So if we have a look at one of the most expensive commodities in PathOfExile, the Mirror of Kalandra, and its trade price over several leagues, you'll see something quite interesting. This is the price of the Mirror of Kalandra expressed in Chaos Orbs across a whole range of recent leagues. Now, there are exactly 3 of them where the Mirror of Kalandra exceeded 100,000 Chaos Orbs. These are Sentinel League, Arch Nemesis League, and right at the end of Kalandra League. These are the only 3 in which the Mirror of Kalandra exceeded 100,000 Chaos, and it's never exceeded 120,000 Chaos, until it sort of did this league. So on the 31st of January, the Mirror of Kalandra first hit 100,000 Chaos this league, but then it crept past that, crept to 120,000 Chaos on February 26, and even hit as high as 150,000 Chaos on March the 19th. This is uncharted territory here, and I don't think that this reflects a higher inherent value of Mirrors of Kalandra. I think that Sentinel League was a period in which mirrors were objectively the most powerful that they've ever been. What we've instead seen is a decrease in the utility of the Chaos Orb. Now, this has been due to a couple of things, but one of the key things is that Kirak mods are less valuable with the current Atlas than they've been in the past. For example, Kirak offers Delirium for 10 Chaos on a map this league, but this isn't being used nearly as much as you might expect. And that's because you can force a very high chance for the Delirium Mirror to spawn anyway, with or without the Kirak mod, and then the Kirak mod's marginal utility just isn't all that high. As a result, there's less demand from power gamers for Chaos Orbs, because it's power gamers that use the most Kirak mods, and therefore there's just simply more of them floating around in the economy, and they're worth less. So that's the reason that Chaos Orbs are a bit cheaper than they've been in the past. But then you also have the fact that Divine Orbs are a little bit scarcer than Exalted Orbs were in the past. Divine Orbs and Exalted Orbs as direct drops from monsters have the same drop rate. However, there are a number of things that add up to an Exalted Orb where there's no comparison with Divine Orbs. For example, when you're heisting, you'll get Exalted Shards in various situations. When you're fighting Harbinger monsters, you'll get Exalted Shards. When you're fighting Conquerors of the Atlas and selling their influence gear, you'll sometimes get Exalted Shards from the Exalt Shard recipe. None of these have an equivalent in Divine Orbs. There are some divination cards for Divine Orbs, but they don't really have a big impact because they only come from map bosses and therefore are immune to most ways of juicing them. So the Divine Orb exchange rate has been driven by 2 main factors, both Chaos Orbs falling in value and an increase in the scarcity of the metamod currency. I think the changes being made to Chaos Orb stacking will not really have any impact on this, except for being a pure quality of life change. Anyways, that's all I got on this one. May your Val Orbs have interesting results, and I will be back when there are more teasers to discuss.